how to carry out or bring about an organic conversion. This is the topic of discussion. In examinations, this type of questions are very common, that carry out the uh, uh, following conversions, or convert one compound to other into other. So this type of questions, you know about this type of questions, and in this video lecture I discuss about that how you can carry out organic conversions conversions type question easily. So watch this discussion up to the end, because this video is very important for you if you are in class 11 or studying in class 11 and class 12 level. Okay, so hello everybody, I am Atanu Betal and you are watching SN Education and Skill. And before starting these discussions, I would like to remind you that if you are new to this channel or you do not subscribe this channel, then subscribe it right now. Let's start the discussions regarding the topic, that how to carry out or bring about an organic conversion. These are some questions of organic conversions. Methyl chloride to acetic acid conversion, phenol to benzoic acid conversion, chlorobenzene to phenol conversion, propanoic acid to ethylamine conversion, acetic acid to methyl cyanide conversions. So this type of questions are generally given to you, that carry out the following conversions: methyl chloride to acetic acid, phenol to benzoic acid, chlorobenzene to phenol, this type of questions. So now in this video we discuss about that how you can solve these questions, means carry out following conversions question, how you can solve this question easily. This is the topic of discussion. Okay, so at first we have to know what do we mean by organic conversions. Organic conversions means we have to convert one organic compound into other organic compound by the use of suitable chemical reactions. By the use of suitable chemical reactions, we have to convert one compound, means methyl compound. Suppose we take methyl chloride as compound, and we have to change it to acetic acid. So organic conversion means here we change one compound into other compound by using suitable chemical reactions. Okay, and organic conversions is very important in organic chemistry, and it is very important to organic chemistry. We have to understand how to carry out the organic conversions. Okay, next important thing, why we need to understand that how to carry out organic compounds from one form of compound or one compound to another compound. It is important because by using the organic conversions we can learn different types of organic reactions. A number of organic reactions can be studied by the organic conversions. And next thing is, we can understand the details practical requirement for organic reactions. Next thing is, we can select the shortest pathway to carry out the organic compounds conversions, means we can find out the shortest steps to convert one compound to another compound, where a number of steps means we can change one compound to another compound by a number of ways, but we can find out the shortest step using the concept of organic conversions. So these are the main importance of organic conversions, that why we need to carry out the organic conversions. We need to carry out organic conversions because to study the huge number of organic reactions, and to understand the shortest process to carry out the conversions from one compound to another compound, where multiple conversion steps are available. And another important thing, to study the details practical methods, practical requirements for organic reactions. So these are main importance of studying organic reactions or organic organic conversions. Next we have to think about how to carry out these conversions. Think about that, how to carry out these organic conversions. First of all, you have to learn or you have to memorize some organic reactions, because these are organic conversions, so you need to memorize some organic reactions, because using some organic reactions, using some organic chemical reactions, you have to carry out the total conversion process from one compound to another. So the first thing that you need to do, some important organic reactions, you have to memorize some important organic reactions, and using these some important organic reactions you can carry out the organic conversions. That is the first step. You have to memorize, you have to learn some organic chemical reactions. This is the first step, after which the next step comes. Okay, so if I give examples of some organic reactions that are very important for organic conversions, we take some examples. Just a minute. Okay, let's start that some chemical reactions that are important to carry out organic conversions. Number 1, CH4 plus Cl2 in presence of diffuse sunlight, CH3Cl plus HCl, means halogenation of alkane. Second, like CH3COO sodium ethanoate plus NaOH, calcium oxide and heat, this produce methane plus sodium carbonate. This is called decarboxylation reaction. This is the halogenation reaction of methane. Third is CH3I, that is called CH3I plus sodium in presence of dry ether, it gives CH3 plus NaI, sodium iodide, and 2. So this reaction is called Birch reaction. This reaction is called decarboxylation reaction. This is halogenation. Halogenation of alkane. Halogenation of alkane, or here we are taking methane, so methane. Halogenation of methane, decarboxylation reaction, this is Birch reaction. And next reaction, CH3 CONH2 ethanamide to Br2 KOH, CH3 NH2 plus KBr plus K2CO3 plus H2O. This is called Hofmann's bromamide reaction. So these are some organic chemical reactions. This is called halogenation reaction. decarboxylation reaction. This is called Varch reaction. Hofmann-Boehmite reactions. So you in organic chemistry you can find this type of chemical reactions. Okay, this type of chemical reactions, named chemical reaction as well as some other chemical reactions. So at first you have to memorize or learn these chemical reactions, and if you learn this chemical reaction, memorize these chemical reactions, then organic conversions is nothing for you, that I can say. If you learned this organic reactions, organic chemical reactions, then organic conversions is just an easy task for you. So you have to learn these organic reactions, a list of organic reactions. In the textbook you can find a number of organic chemical reactions, and you have to make a note of a number of chemical reactions. This is the first step. Second, we have to understand the types of organic conversions. Just a minute. The next thing is we have to understand the types of organic conversions. Types of organic conversions. Organic conversions are divided into aliphatic and aromatic. Aliphatic conversions and aromatic conversions. Okay, so these are two types of organic conversions. As for example, suppose we are converting methane to ethane. This is methane, and methane is converted into ethane. If we take the example of this conversion, methane to ethane, this is aliphatic conversions. And if we take example of benzene to phenol, if we carry out the following conversion, benzene to phenol, we know that benzene is an aromatic compound and phenol also is an aromatic compound. So this example, when we carry out the conversion of benzene to phenol, this one is an example of aromatic conversion. So conversions are divided into two types, aliphatic conversions and aromatic conversions. Aliphatic conversions means where non-aromatic conversions. So conversions are divided into two types. And next we have to understand this aliphatic conversions. Aliphatic conversions again divided to ascent series, or you can say step up, and the another one is descent series, step down. So here aliphatic conversions are again divided into two types, ascent series and another is descent series. Ascent series means where number of carbon increases. Suppose we take example of CH4 to C2H6 means methane to ethane. Here look at the number of carbon atom. Methane where 1 carbon present and ethane where 2 carbon presents. Okay, so here number of carbon in the product is more than the number of carbon in reactant, and as a result this one is called ascent series or step up conversion. And step down conversion is the inverse of this, means CH3 to CH4. If we carry out this conversion, means where number of carbon in product is less than the number of carbon in reactant, that time we call this conversion as descent series or step down conversions. So you have to memorize these types, that as aliphatic conversions are divided into two types. One is ascent series step up conversions, and step down conversion or descent series. Okay, in ascent series number of carbon increases and in descent series number of carbon decreases. Okay, so now we have to take examples of some reactions where ascent series occur and where descent series occur. Some reactions where ascent series occur, ascent or step up, some reactions by which we can ascend or step up organic compounds. For example, suppose we take CH3I plus sodium and dry ether. We can produce, or sorry, this by this reaction it is produce sodium iodide, and this is methyl iodide or iodomethane, and it's produce ethane. So it is an example of the reaction where step up occur. Look at the number of carbon in reactant and product. In the product the number of carbon becomes 2 and in the reactant the number of carbon 1. So this one is an example of ascent or step up reaction, step up reaction. We see a second example of stepping up. It's, and these reactions, this reaction have a name. You have to recall this name. This reaction is called Wurtz reaction, WURTZ, Wurtz reaction. You have to recall this name. That by the Wurtz reaction we can increase the number of carbon of the reactant. Next reaction, that is, we already discussed about this reaction, Hofmann's bromamide. Sorry, no, this one is not. The next reaction by which we can ascend the series, this one is nitrile reaction. Nitrile reactions where we have to use CH3Cl means alkyl halide, or we can take as an example of methyl chloride, which is example of alkyl halide, and KCN alcoholic. Look at this reaction. This is called nitrile reaction. Number of carbon atoms increases in the product, a 1 carbon present in the initial reactant, and the product have 2 carbon atoms. So by this reaction we can also step up the organic reactions. or sorry, the step up organic compounds, number of carbon in organic compounds. So we can use these two reactions. There you can find other some stepping reactions, stepping up reactions. You have to learn it. Okay, so these two, by using these two step up reactions, we can carry out the step up conversions. We can carry out step up conversions using these stepping up reactions. So we see some example of step up conversions. Right now it is easy for us to understand that how to carry out step up conversions. We carry out some step up conversions here. Suppose we have to carry out methane to, no, this is very easy. We take a conversion of this one is called methanol, and this one is called ethanol. This is a step up conversion. Look here, the number of carbon atom in the product side more than the number of carbon atom in the reactant. So now we have to use the two reactions, the two out of the two step up reactions, one to carry out this conversion. So we carry out this, and to carry out these organic conversions, at first we have to use SOCl2, or you can use PCl5 to change it CH3Cl. CH3Cl. Also write the byproducts that are formed in these reactions. I am not writing here, I am trying to represent it shortly. So I am not writing here, but you have to write all the byproducts that are formed in this reaction. Okay. Next, after changing the functional group to chloro, next what we have to do? We have to use KCN alcoholic to change it CH3CN. Okay. Methyl cyanide, and from methyl cyanide we have to change it by reduction H2 nickel CH3CH2 NH2 primary amine. Okay, by H2 nickel reduction, change to primary amine, and from primary amine by using HNO2 nitrous acid, change it to ethanol. Our reaction completed. Okay, so by this way we can change methanol to ethanol. At first we have to use SO2 PCl5 to change it to methyl chloride, then methyl cyanide, then H2 nickel, it's ethylamine, and after ethylamine HNO2 by using nitrous acid, change it to ethanol. And what you have to do here in these reactions, all the byproducts, you need to understand that what are the byproducts formed in each reactions. I am not discussing about this right in this video lecture, but you have to write, you have to know the byproducts in each step of the reactions. So this is called the step up conversion, and we give the example that how to carry out this step up conversion. Using this step up conversion process, you can carry out methyl chloride to ethanamine, methyl chloride to ethanol. Just you have to write from here to here. So by this way you can do the conversion, step up conversions. Okay, now next we take an example of step down conversion. Step down conversion means this one, if we change ethanol to methanol, that is example of step down conversions. And for step down conversions, what we have to do, we have to use the process by which we descend the number of carbon atom or step down reaction. Step down reactions. We have to see what are the step down reactions. Step down reaction number 1, Hofmann's bromamide reaction. Hofmann-bromamide reaction. In this reaction, we use amide compound with Br2 and KOH to change it primary amine KBr and K2CO3, this one. Okay. So primary amine Hofmann-bromamide reaction is a step down process. Here you can see the number of carbon in the reactant is more than the number of carbon in product. So this reaction can be used as the step down reaction. Okay, step down reaction, Hofmann-bromamide reaction. So in this reaction where in this conversion where number of carbon need to reduce from reactant to product, we can use this Hofmann-bromamide reaction. This is a step down reaction. We take another example of step down reaction. This is one step down reaction. Another example of step down reaction like decarboxylation reaction. Decarboxylation reaction is another example of the step down reaction. By using soda lime mixture and heat, we can change it to methane and sodium carbonate byproduct form. So here this one is sodium acetate. Sodium acetate changes to methane and the sodium carbonate. This one is an example of step down reaction because number of carbon in the product reduces by one carbon reduces in the product than the reactant. So this reaction can be used as the step down reaction. So we are seeing two step down reaction, one Hofmann-bromamide reaction and second the decarboxylation reaction, the second reaction for the stepping down of the organic compounds for step down conversions. So now we can, using these reactions, we can carry out an example of step down conversion. So this one is our example of step down conversion, that we have to convert ethanol to methanol. So this is a step down process. Ethanol, we use Hofmann-bromamide reaction and decarboxylation. Both reaction can be used to stepping down the number of carbon. I am using the Hofmann-bromamide degradation reaction. So at first what you have to do, you have to change it by K2Cr2O7 and sulfuric acid to this one. This one is ethanol to acetaldehyde, and after acetaldehyde with oxidation with K2Cr2O7 H2SO4, you have to change it to acetic acid. Acetic acid, okay. After changing it to acetic acid, we have to do the next step, reaction with ammonia to produce this one called ammonium acetate. Okay, so after producing ammonium acetate, we have to heat ammonium acetate to form acid amide or acetamide. Okay, after producing acetamide, you have to use Hofmann-Boehmite degradation Br2KOH to form CH3NH2 methylamine. So what I am doing, ethanol to acetaldehyde to acetic acid to ammonia, heat ammonia. At first mixing ammonia, it forms or you can use ammonium hydroxide here, NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide base, ammonia to form ammonium acetate, then acetamide, then acetamide to methylamine, and then form this methylamine by using AHNO2 change to methanol. HNO2 with this CH3NH2 change to methanol. So this is the details steps that are required to change ethanol to methanol. This is a step down conversion, example of step down conversions. What are you feeling? Easy or hard? I don't know, but try to understand. This is not very hard thing. Okay, next we have to understand that how to carry out organic conversions. These are, I discuss about the some aliphatic conversions. Right now we discuss about some organic conversions. Some organic conversions, like to carry out some organic conversions, you have to know some key reactions. Okay, as for example, key reactions like benzene to toluene. This is toluene. This is benzene. This is one step reactions. With benzene you have to add methyl chloride and anhydrous aluminum chloride, anhydrous AlCl3, to change benzene to toluene. It is easy process. Next, suppose we want to change phenol to benzene. Phenol to benzene. This is a one step reaction. Here we have to do one thing: zinc dust and distill. With zinc dust, when phenol reacts with zinc dust and distillation, with zinc dust, the phenol gives benzene. Okay, this is number 2 reactions. And similarly you have to understand some key reactions that are required in conversions. The third reaction, that is the very important reaction used in organic conversions, aromatic conversions, is diazonium Oh, sorry, this one is diazotization reaction. Diazotization reactions, the reaction by which we form the diazonium salts like aniline. Here we have to add NaNO2 HCl, hydrochloric acid, and 0 degree to 5 degree centigrade temperature to produce benzene diazonium chloride. Benzene diazonium chloride. This reaction have very high importance in organic chemistry, because for organic conversions, aromatic conversions, by which if we change the organic compounds to benzene diazonium chloride, then from benzene diazonium chloride you can carry out a number of you can prepare a number of compounds from benzene diazonium chloride. This is a very good synthetic uh, reagent by which we can prepare a number of organic compounds. Okay, as for example, suppose we take benzene diazonium chloride and with it H2O warm, that time we get benzene, or if we add H3PO2, that time it also produce benzene. Okay, so next CuCl by adding with it, it forms chlorobenzene. There are a number of reactions that happens in benzene diazonium chloride and have a specific name, Gatterman reaction, or number of Sandmeyer reaction. There are a number of name reactions that are performed by benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, so you have to learn these multiple reactions that are performed by the benzene diazonium chloride. Okay, so sorry, I am making a mistake here. Here the diazonium chloride plus H2O, when warm, its phenol is produced here. Okay, it's phenol produced. Okay, H2O, by H2O phenol is produced. I am making mistake here. It is water and warm, is phenol is produced here. Okay, so now if we face any conversions, like we have to convert phenol to aniline. Phenol to aniline. What we have to do? At first we have to change phenol to benzene, then benzene to nitrobenzene, and nitrobenzene to aniline. These are the steps. So phenol with reaction with zinc dust distill. By zinc dust distill, phenol gives benzene, and benzene to concentrated HNO3, concentrated H2SO4, change to nitrobenzene. Nitrobenzene reduction with tin HCl, SnHCl, change to aniline. So this is the process of conversions phenol to aniline. Okay, phenol to aniline. And if we do the opposite one, that means this aniline to phenol. Aniline to phenol, it is easy to convert aniline to phenol. Aniline by NaNO2 HCl 0 to 5 degree centigrade temperature, change to benzene diazonium chloride. Change to benzene diazonium chloride by diazotization reaction, and then H2O warm. Diazonium chloride change to phenol. Aniline to phenol conversion steps, that's represented here. So I think this is this is the discussions regarding this topic, that how to carry out organic compounds conversions, and you have to practice more about the different organic reactions. Here inorganic reactions cannot be used here. Here only organic reactions are used. So you have to understand the organic reactions, various organic reactions that are written in the textbook in each chapter. And after that you have to understand that what do you mean by step up, step down conversions, and the reactions by which we can stepping up or ascend the organic compounds, or descend the organic compounds, step down the organic compounds, and then practice more number of examples from different sources. And I think practice can make the next means practice in next thing is the practice. After learning that how to do organic conversions, you have to make extensive practice regarding this organic conversions, and then I think you will feel much better position, and you can carry out organic conversions easily. So that's the discussion. Thank you for watching this discussion. Don't forget to subscribe this channel and press the bell button.